Continuing the presentation, this is the two different strategies that we think are great for using on residential real estate. So the first one in our agenda is going to be the real estate professional status strategy, and the second one is going to be the short-term rental strategy. The first is really great for people in the real estate industry. The second is great for your clients who are looking to purchase short-term rentals, and we'll talk about the benefits of those as well in our third section. And then in the fourth section, we'll do a deep dive into how cost segregation works. So for the real estate professional status strategy, you need to qualify for one, and then you need the components to execute on the strategy. So qualification, the essence of qualification means for real estate professional status is that is your main job. That if you're an agent, a broker, a property manager, a GC, a developer, an appraiser, these are all positions that qualify. There are some more as well. That is your main job, not your secondary job. That's your main job. And the other qualification is that you need to materially participate in your investment. So you need to be hands-on. You might not need to be the everyday, day-to-day person, but you need to be definitely hands-on. And there are 7 tests that we'll show you at the end of the presentation that you have to just qualify for one of those tests to qualify for material participation. So it has to be your main job. You have to materially participate. That's how you qualify. Now, after we've qualified, what are the components to help us execute the strategy? So the components are, for any one of these strategies, you need the investment property. That's the largest one. Those are, some pretty expensive real estate. As we're talking about this strategy, you obviously need the reps profession. So you need to be one of those real estate professionals. Where you have flexibility in the strategy is in the application of your real estate strategy on it. So is it a short-term rental? Is it a mid-term rental? Is it a long-term rental? You can use any one of these strategies to operate that property. And then finally, you get all these three together, you add the cost segregation study. Now what we've done is created a surplus of tax write-off of that property. And since you have these components and since you qualify, we can take that surplus of tax write-off out and use it somewhere else. So use it against your other income or use it against your spouse's income. Again, these are the positions that qualify, the occupations that qualify. Now, rep strategy, real estate professional status strategy is a little bit tougher to qualify for because it's a huge career change if you're wanting to execute on that strategy and you don't have those qualifications. An easier strategy to qualify on is a short-term rental strategy. So again, the material participation needs to be there. That's going to be consistent in both these strategies. The only other thing that you need to do is run that property, your investment, as a short-term rental. And to qualify as a short-term rental in the IRS's eyes, you need to have an average length of stay of 7 days or less. I believe that the national average on Airbnb stays is 2.3 days. So you're not going to have any problem qualifying for that. So to look at the components of this strategy, they're pretty much the same. You've got the investment property, you've got the cost segregation study. Now where you don't have flexibility is how you run the property. It has to be a short-term rental. No ifs, ands, or buts. It has to be a short-term rental. But where you do have flexibility is you can have any profession. So you can be a W-2 doing anything. And as long as you have the short-term rental as your investment and you're materially participating, now again, you've created that surplus and depreciation tax write-off, and we can pull it out using these strategies and these components to write off your other W-2 income or your spouse's income.